Welcome back to Don Cornish Field at Essendon Baseball Club. Day 2 of the Under-18 Australian Youth Championships roll on, with the final game today at Essendon being Queensland and WA. My name is Michael Peppicelli. I'll be calling all the action for you on Baseball Plus. Thank you very much for your company wherever you may be watching around the country and indeed around the world. WA have gotten off to a 2-0 start to these championships, including a win over the Roos earlier today. That was a 19-5 score in which they recorded 19 hits, did the Western Australians. So they're feeling pretty good about things at the moment. And of course, just about half an hour or so ago, we saw Queensland put the finishing touches on an 11-7 win over New South Wales country. So this will be a massive game for Queensland in particular, having started the tournament 1-1. This could be a real swing game as to whether they feature in the top 4 and finals or not. And for WA, a chance perhaps to prove themselves against one of the teams in Queensland that is expected to be there when the whips are cracking later in the week. Starting pitching matchup, Dylan Bandy will be on the mound for WA. And for Queensland, it'll be Paddy McLaughlin to take the mound. We've just had the managers, Kurt Russell for WA and Dave Badke for Queensland, meet at home plate with the umpires, and you can see WA taking the field defensively. And Dylan Bandy is going to get a few final warm-up pitches in before we get underway. A lineup for Queensland to get things started. It's a pretty similar lineup to last game, in fact. Leo McKenna leads off at shortstop. Warwick Scotland right field. Lachlan Pawsey plays catch-up. He's batting in the 3 spot. Colby Ryson, the clean-up batter. He's playing third base in this one. Alonzo Griffin, the DH in the 5 hole. Blake McPherson, Max Stefanuto, Cooper Reed, and then Tyler Laurie at the bottom of the lineup. You can see Dylan Bandy on the mound. Just getting a few more pitches in. He's got Cameron Barr catching for him today. And talk about getting off to a hot start. Cameron Barr, yesterday against New South Wales country, 3 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBI. He's very much one of the players to watch for Western Australia. He's featured in the last 4 Australian Youth Championships at both under-16 and under-18 level. He really is one of the fantastic players. And Alonzo Griffin for Queensland, he hit quite well in the last game against New South Wales country. So we'll be keeping an eye on him as we're ready to play ball. And the first pitch is fouled off by McKenna. I'll welcome in my broadcast partner, Rob Novotny. Rob, we just saw Queensland record a win over New South Wales country. Now they've got to try and back it up here against WA in what will present a bit of a different challenge for them.
Yeah, and
that one's in the dirt.
And they're going to have to handle the ball a little bit better. Really, they made a few mistakes that kept the door open for country New South Wales. Country, to their credit, they really were resilient and tried to stay in the ball game. But Queensland needs to clean up their game just a little bit. Talented team.
That one's fouled off once again by McKenna. Liam McKenna went 1 for 2 in the last game. Drew 2 walks and also had an RBI. They recorded 11 hits in that game, did Queensland.
Oh, nice pitch.
Yeah, that one just outside though. They recorded 11 hits, but they were issued 10 free passes, which really allowed them to do some damage on the scoreboard, as that breaking ball also misses. So the count is full here for Leo McKenna. They put up 7 runs in the bottom of the 3rd inning against New South Wales country. Otherwise, it was a Very even game as McKenna takes his lead-off walk, just as he did to start the last game.
Bandy wanted that pitch. Had a couple there that could have gone either way. I mean, that's baseball, right? At the end of the day, the umpire makes the call. But, yeah, it could have been a different at-bat with a couple different calls there.
As I mentioned already, Cameron Barr is the catcher for Dylan Bandy.
And he did some nice job framing some of those pitches, too.
First pitch swinging from Warwick Scotland. The right fielder is foul up the first base line. Made a brilliant play in the outfield in that country game. Caught the fly ball, then as he swings and misses here, and threw out the runner tagging at third.
Didn't expect that to happen, did we?
Not at all. Falls into an 0-2 hole here early. With McKenna on first, they attempt the pick off. Gets in safely.
I'll tell you, who's picking off well today was Ned. Ned Richards in the early game today for ACT Ruse, the young left-hander.
I saw him yesterday. This is a ball. 1-2 now, the count on Scotland. McKenna's speedy. They are keeping a close eye on him. He stays put here as that one misses inside. It's the 2-2, although the pick off again, they almost got him. Just trying to keep him honest. Cy Gordon playing at first. Swing and a miss. And his ticket is punched, Warwick Scotland. First out of the inning as Pawsey steps up. He's another one who played a terrific game last time out. 2 for 2, 3 RBI. Made a couple of terrific plays over at first base as well defensively. Caught a hard hit line drive. McKenna at first. Count 1-0 on Pawsey.
I like Bandy. He's been right around the plate. Even on the walk, he wasn't far out.
That one's hit well into right field. Difficult attempt there for the right fielder. And this should score. McKenna goes to the wall now to retrieve it. And Pawsey's going to hold up at third as Queensland hits the scoreboard first. An RBI triple for Lachlan Pawsey.
Probably not how you want to play that one. I think we were talking in the earlier game, it's really easy up here in the box to be critical.
Yeah.
But the thing is, anything that's low like that you're taking a chance on, it's got a lot of energy. It's going to go a long way, as you can see in the replay. And he just didn't quite have enough in it to catch it. And you've got to make sure that ball doesn't get by you. Something a little higher in the air that's going to sit down and stay in place, maybe you can make that kind of an effort and try to catch that. But on a hard hit ball, low line drive, you've got to keep it in front of you.
That's Tom Williams, the right fielder, as Bandy's first pitch to Ryerson is a strike.
And that's really the difference between first and third or something, or first and second or first and third versus a run-in and a triple.
That one's hit again to right field. This time Williams will take it on the hop. But the runner Pawsey scores, and just like that, Queensland are up 2-0 with only one out in the inning. So an RBI hit for Colby Ryerson, who was the catcher in the last game. Today, in this one, he's going to be playing third. That brings Alonzo Zaire Griffin to the plate. dead pull hitter. We saw him just miss on a couple in the last game. Takes this one outside for ball one. He's an impressive, imposing presence at the plate, Alonzo Zaire Griffin. Swings and misses at that one. Dylan Bandy out of the Wanneroo Giants, powerhouse program.
Yeah, a lot of Wanneroo Giants here today.
Over in the west of the country. Had the under-16s a couple of days ago, and about half that team was made up of Wanneroo Giants. Another ball from Bandy.
And yeah, they're knocking him around a little bit, but you got to like the Bandy's around the plate.
Yeah, as I mentioned, they drew 10 walks in the last game against Country Queensland. That was really Country's undoing as Griffin's able to pull back and hold up for a 3-1 count. Scott Ryerson at first. They've already scored 2 in the inning, Queensland.
Yeah, he really does need to come back with a strike here.
Pick-off attempt.
Getting another man on base who's not earned it, really just going to open up this inning potentially. And really he's one pitch away. A good pitch here. Double plays wishing for a lot, but again, one pitch can get him out of the inning.
Yep, that's what he'll be looking for on this 3-1. But he misses, and there's the second walk of the inning for Dylan Bandy.
Yeah, and Cameron Barr did all he could to make that pitch look good too, but not enough, clearly off the plate. Not sure what the umpire's trip out is.
Yeah, Barr's just decided to visit the mound to talk to Bandy. Blake McPherson, the centre fielder, up for Queensland with runners on first and second. Just one out. That one's in the dirt from Bandy. Ball one. Just quickly a run through the defence behind him. Zai Gordon plays first. Quinn Fatai at second. Aita Samakawa at short. Cooper Barber at the hot corner. And Tom Williams, the right fielder. We've already seen him. Lenny Golding is in centre. And Harry Wooden takes his place in left as McPherson swings and misses.
Nice off-speed pitch by Bandy there. Really nice pitch. He's not been afraid to throw that curveball in different situations, and that's going to bode well for him through the game, especially when he gets in a position that he can throw some pitches off count.
First time we've seen Bandy on the mound in these championships. It's another low one.
Cameron Barr, he's here to work, getting dirty. That ball's not going to get past him. As a fellow member of the Catchers Union, he has my respect.
Here's the 2-1 from Bandy. Not a great throw from Barr, and Griffin will stay put at first, but advancing to third is Ryerson. Thought they might have had a shot at catching Griffin leaning, but the throw just wasn't on the mark from Barr. That allows...
And, you know, it was not a bad idea because a good throw would have got the job done.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, it wasn't a good throw.
Yeah, the idea was right, just not quite the execution. Bandy's 3-1 is grounded to the shortstop Samakawa. Chance to turn two, and they do it. Fantastic defense. Samakawa, Fatai, and Gordon for the 6-4-3, and that gets them out of the inning. They do concede 2 runs, but it could have been worse.
Looks like we might be in for a good ball game. That's a nice defense right there. Pitchers Pitching's looking good from Bandy. And wow, what a nice play by Zy Gordon at first base to pick that out of the dirt.
And so that brings to the mound Paddy McLaughlin for Queensland. The defense behind him. Cooper Reid, the left fielder. Blake McPherson in centre. Scotland in right. And the infield, Stefanuto at first. Laurie at second. McKenna at short. Ryerson plays third base. And Pawsey catches for McLaughlin. Patrick McLaughlin from the Redcliffe Padres. He's been working on his mound velo and also his exit velo on the hitting side of things, but trying to get that velocity up on the mound. So we'll see how he goes here. He's been named by a couple of his teammates as the player to watch for Queensland in this tournament. So always a good sign when you have the confidence of your teammates, isn't it?
And a big boy out there too.
Yep, certainly is. So the WA batting lineup. Aita Samakawa bats lead off, the shortstop. Quinn Fatai next up, the second baseman. Cameron Barr, the catcher, bats third. Lenny Golding, the centre fielder, bats clean up, followed by Zy Gordon, the first baseman. Cooper Barber, the third baseman. Thomas Williams, the right fielder. Monty Smith will be the DH, batting eighth. And the lineup is rounded out by Harry Wooden, who's playing left field.
I'll give a shout out to Monty Smith. He did a nice job in the earlier game for WA too. That incredible infield fly, 8-2 double play where he made that catch and tag in one motion to pull off a play that I don't know if that I've ever seen before. And I think Eric's got that cut into the highlights. That was Monty Smith.
And he's DHing today. Samakawa in the box and takes the first pitch low and inside.
And he's from the Korean Cats, is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah. I slept last night in the hot Melbourne night in my Korean Cats singlet. No bias, folks. Sorry, Queensland.
It was a hot night last night. Samakawa sends a high ball towards left field, and that's going to go all the way. Aita Samakawa gets us started in style with a solo blast stoppo.
And I'm wearing my Korean Cats singlet to bed tonight, too. And Takamura probably wants me to as well. Good luck, right? Don't jinx it. Wow, that was a well-hit ball. And what's really impressive about that is he hit it opposite field.
Yep.
I mean, there's a reason he's here, right? Well, wow, that's a nice power, and he's going to get recognized for that by the people here to watch.
So the inning starts off loudly for WA as Quinn Fatai steps into the box.
Actually, that singlet was a gift from a young man named Harrison Stillion, a young baseball player. He and his father, Nick, who played in the ABL for the old Perth Heat, they went away with me on a trip to Chicago last year to train Little Leaguers to train with the Chicago White Sox youth programs.
3-0 the count here. McLaughlin in a hole.
So hopefully Sakamura gives a little bit of training to that young Harrison Stillion, who's a switch hitter as well, the Little Leaguer.
And his younger brother, Arata, is playing for the under-16s in this tournament. Clearly a terrific baseball family. As the 3-1 pitch is high and inside.
We talked a little earlier about wanting to tread carefully in this world that we live in, but am I inappropriate to say that perhaps it's a bit of a cultural inheritance, his love and passion for baseball?
Well, he did say his grandpa was one of his biggest inspirations and got him into the game. So you can definitely say that there is a family influence there, no doubt about that. And also his coach, when he played back in Japan, taught him all the fundamentals, and it has been pointed out by a couple of his teammates leading into the tournament just how good he is defensively at short, and we saw him start that double play at the top of the inning. So he seems like a pretty complete player, Eita Samakawa. And young Arata goes all right too, his younger brother. He's had some good moments playing for the under-16s. It's Cameron Barr.
The Japanese culture and their process around baseball is potentially second to none, I say with my funny accent.
Well, of course, they are the current and reigning World Baseball Classic champions.
And the Women's World Cup of Baseball champions as well, I might add, never having lost the Women's World Cup, though they were defeated in the Women's World Series by Australia, led by Queensland Commissioner Chris Norrie, who was the head coach of that women's team in 2002 for Australia.
One of the great baseball nations, no doubt about that, Japan. They happen to have a guy called Shohei who goes all right from there.
Yeah, he's all right.
Just all right.
And Ichiro, who used to, I believe, wear number 51, like Sakumura does.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the reason he wears that number. Yeah, recently inducted into the Hall of Fame. Ichiro Suzuki. Very much deserved. What a career.
Ooh, nice pitch, just missed on the outside corner.
Yeah, Barr, good eye.
You think of Ichiro, and it's hard to think of anyone more deserving than him.
Yet he wasn't unanimously voted in. There was just one voter who left him off the ballot. And of course, Ichiro, being the joker he is, said he wanted to have a beer with that guy and have a chat about it. I wonder if he ever got taken up on that offer.
Oh my goodness.
2-1 game with the count 2-2 on Barr, and that pitch is in the dirt. Fatai will take second.
Really overthrew that pitch. Not sure what he was trying to achieve there, but he just tried to put something more on it, more spin or probably more velocity, and that cost him an extra base, unfortunately. Full count here.
Yeah. So they got the leadoff home run, WA, and they get a swing and miss here. Barr is struck out. McLaughlin able to rebound after giving up the leadoff homer and then the walk. And that'll do the world of good to his confidence. Lenny Golding up to the plate then for WA.
Pride of the Melville Braves. Of all these players from Kareen and Wanneroo and Morley, there's one from Melville too.
And he takes the breaking ball for ball one. Hits that one hard into left center field, shallow, and Fatai will be held up at third.
Really great base running there by Quinn on that play as well. Fatai from the Wanneroo Giants. He waited for that ball to get over the shortstop's head. He didn't assume that it would be a hit.
Yeah.
And the last thing you want to do is get doubled off in that situation on the hope that you might score a run. Just watch here. Watch him pause at second base. You got to make sure the line drive gets through. He reads the ball, makes sure it's over the shortstop's head before proceeding to third. If he would have taken off there, he might have advanced another base, but it would have been fraught with danger and could have gone the other way.
So that brings Zy Gordon up, playing first base in this one. Again, they're keen on controlling the running game here, Queensland. Number of pick-off attempts just to try and keep these base runners honest. Stefanuto's been busy over at first. First pitch to Gordon. I went inside.
Again, just got the sense that he overthrew a little bit on that pitch. Just not finding a consistent release point, but also just kind of finding a consistent approach in the delivery. Just need to stay smooth and easy on every pitch. Once you try to overthrow, you can take your mechanics out of whack.
This is outside that time.
But we were saying earlier in the broadcast, really easy up here in the booth, you and I,
Yep.
as we're sitting here eating our bonbons and sipping our champagne, right? The hard part's being a kid out there with 15 Major League radar guns on you and trying to be your best. So
Fouled off that time by Gordon.
So just know, folks at home, we aren't as full of ourselves as we sound like we are.
Maybe.
Yeah, perhaps. But at the end of the day, it's the kids who had the pressure to perform, and it's not easy when you're 16, 17 years old, let alone older.
Runner at first takes off and will get in for a steal, and on the play, Fatai will score. So they've tied it up, WA.
It felt like there was a little bit of hesitation there just all around. I don't know if they knew what play they were going to run, and again, there was no cut. Shortstop a little bit late getting to the bag, therefore Pawsey's a little bit slow in releasing the ball.
And Gordon's hit that one hard, but not hard enough. He'll stay in the field of play. The centre fielder, McPherson, makes the grab, and Golding thought about trying to tag, but then thought better of it.
And what's the golden rule? Don't make the first or third out at third.
Yep.
So smart there on that part as well, for Golding to hold up and not try to go.
That'll bring Cooper Barber to the plate for the first time today, the third baseman. He hit a home run yesterday in the game against Country, which they won by a score of 20-5.
Another Wanneroo giant here at the plate.
The bats were on fire in that one. 3 home runs, 8 extra base hits, 16 total hits. Just a dominant performance. And first pitch swinging. That one is captured by Scotland for the end of the inning. But we've had some fireworks to start this one. The leadoff home run from Eita Samakawa leaves the score at 2-2 at the end of the first inning. Nice play made there by Scotland.
Made it look easy.
Yeah.
I wonder if he plays footy. As they do up in Queensland.
Off to a break with the game tied at 2.
That ball is out of here.
Don't miss a moment with the ADL Access Pass. Get yours today.
Back for the top of the second inning. We've got a 2-2 game, and well, if that first inning is a sample of what we're going to get over the course of 7, then we're going to have a pretty good game on our hands. Lachlan Pawsey hit an RBI triple to bring home Leo McKenna, and Colby Ryerson had a single to score Pawsey, the runner, and then WA hit straight back with a lead-off home run, and then a runner, Quinn Fatai, scoring on the caught stealing attempt. As it is, it's Max Stefanuto at the plate for the first time in the tournament. Actually, I'll rephrase that. First time in this game.
Sorry, it's a long day, my friend.
Second time in the tournament, but he was outstanding in the under-16 championships a year ago. He's back on that one. Batted 625, 667, 750 for a 1.417 OPS in the under-16 tournament last year, and he takes a big swing at that one.
I like that cut. Just missed it.
It's a big one, no doubt. 2-1 on him. Here comes a pitch from Bandy. Able to make contact again, but fouls it off. Max Stefanuto out of the Windsor Royals. One of the Queensland players who went to Taiwan in the lead up to this tournament. And again, fouled off. Bandy up to 30 pitches. No outs in the second.
Yeah, clearly they're going to stick with him for a while as long as they're in the ball game.
Count is full for Max Stefanuto.
And like you said, this really is kind of a swing game for both teams, isn't it?
Yep.
Really in the end.
Able to get underneath that one, but that's well foul and into the car park.
These are both two teams that should be thinking about making it to finals in this event.
Yep, two medal hopefuls doing battle early. And he swings and misses. Bandy with the K.
Yeah, he's been around the plate all day. Done a good job, Bandy has.
So that'll bring Cooper Reid up.
Pride of the Binley Hawks.
Yeah. He looks at strike one.
Peter White on the call there.
Yeah, 0 for 1 was Cooper Reid against Country, but did log 2 RBIs. As he watches that one, ball 1. Two-two game, 1 out, top of the second. That one catches the zone.
Yeah. Cameron Barr did a nice job
Yeah.
corralling that pitch.
One and two pitch. Contact made, and it's through the gap into right field. A base hit for Cooper Reid.
This feels like a heavyweight fight tonight.
Yep.
Or at least a middle heavyweight fight.
Feels like it's a little bit too early in the tournament for a game like this. These two teams seem to match up pretty well. Tyler Laurie now steps into the box. Reid, the runner on first. First pitch swinging. And that's 2 straight hits now for Queensland. Runners at first and second.
Bandy's making them earn it. He's, again, get back on that refrain. He's throwing strikes. He's being somewhat efficient as well.
That turns over the lineup with McKenna coming back up to hit. Drew a walk as the first batter in the game. One out. Runners on first and second. Bandy's 39th pitch coming up. And again, first pitch swinging. This one goes foul. They're not waiting, the Queenslanders. If they see something they like, they're going and getting it.
McKenna, of course, got on a walk in his first at bat. Another one of the Windsor Royal players. Great old ballpark, Windsor.
0-1 is grounded softly towards first base, but no opportunity there to get the double play for Gordon. So he just takes the easy out at first, 2 down.
Yeah, really was fortunate on that. Not a well-struck ball, but it actually was somewhat productive out in the end, getting the runners over to second and third.
And Warwick Scotland has a chance to drive them in. Struck out his first time up. Swings at that one and misses.
Yeah, nice off-speed way to start. Yeah, look, these guys are here to swing, so you can't be giving them a fastball and every time they expect a fastball. So good, you can get a get me over curve to start a batter.
Let's that one go for ball one. 2 on, 2 out.
I wonder if he's going to come back with another curveball here. Nope, fastball.
Grounded again to Gordon at first. He almost beat it out, but able to get there and no damage done on the scoreboard. It is a 2-2 game. Middle of the second. Zai Gordon was busy that inning. 2 unassisted groundouts.
Handled flawlessly.
A little cheeky smile after that. He saw Scotland trying to run it out.
And here we are in the middle of 2. Still got a 2-2 ball game.
Absolutely, and now is a great time to join the Australian baseball community, with participation rates up 11% over the last 2 years, 22% year on year in October, and retention rates well above industry standards. Our community becomes more vibrant by the day. Whether you're 7 or 77, a seasoned professional like Rob, or have no idea how to hold a bat or ball like me, the baseball community welcomes you. Make sure to find your club today using Club Finder on baseball.com.au.
I'm seasoned, but I'm no professional.
Well,
I am in the catcher's union, but you don't actually have to be a professional to be in the catcher's union. You just have to have the fortitude or the ignorance, they call them the tools of ignorance, to squat down in that position and take foul balls off various parts of your body.
well, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, or in that case, a good ad read.
Well, if you've done your Club Finder, you're finding what Chelsea, Cheltenham, Moorabbin, Sandringham all kind of fit in your area.
There are plenty nearby. Bond Beach as well.
Springvale Baseball Club, I might add, too, not too far from you.
Yeah, there is.
Mulgrave,
Waverley.
Yeah, all over.
Anything east of the city, why not? Bottom of the second, first pitch from McLaughlin is low.
And an important thing you said in that read there, too, is community.
Yeah.
You know, it's a club community. You're not just of course, you want to get out to be active, but it's about building those connections. Those of you at home watching probably are doing it behind a screen. We all spend a lot of time behind our screens, but presumably most of you are actually from the baseball clubs who support these players. And it's the effort that you guys put in to build community, to bring us together in means beyond our little isolated bubbles on screen that makes a real difference to Australian society. And baseball clubs are really good at that.
Tom Williams up for WA to start the bottom of the second. Finds himself in a 2-1 count. Tom Williams out of the Morley Eagles. Here's the 2-1. Misses by a long way. Tom Williams wears number 16 because his dad wore it when he played. So many of these players carrying on family legacies, as well, whether it got him or not, he's going to take his base, Tom Williams.
Yeah, that is really a common theme when you look through what a lot of the players have listed on their profiles.
Yep.
How, sometimes it's a friend, sometimes it's a trainer, handed them a glove, but a lot of times it's getting out there with dad or mom, throwing the ball in the backyard. A lot of great women's players in our country as well.
Monty Smith, I should say, steps up.
Including quite a few in the new professional league getting off the ground in the U.S.
Yeah.
The New York, Boston, L.A., and San Francisco all playing in rural Illinois for the season. But anyway, that's another story. I know Justine well through the years. Kudos to them to getting that going again, and to our Australian players. Are going to be, I think we got a half a dozen at least who are headed over to play in the Pro League this northern summer.
Yeah, we've mentioned it a few times, but Baseball in this country is going places. Men, women, all over.
Well, participation's up 11%.
Yeah, that's right. That is correct.
No, it's a good game, and yeah, it's nice. We've got, you know, a lot of people who love the sport in this country.
3-0 the count here on Monty Smith. And that's a 4-pitch walk. So runners at first and second, no out. Here for WA. Of course, they got their scoring started with Aita Samakawa's solo home run. Not only did he hit a solo home run, he went opposite field with it. Oppo Taco had to get that in there.
Yeah, and this is not the guy you want up with 2 runners on base.
Yeah, Harry Wooden, he's shaping up to bunt. And McLaughlin steps off.
I don't think the coach has given him that signal. I don't think. Look, he could.
Well, he's at least putting it in the back of McLaughlin's head. Third baseman, Ryerson.
Yeah, I shouldn't talk. That would be good fundamental baseball historically. But I think there's an extra base hit in that bat again.
Harry Wooden lays it down, but rolls foul. Just as you mentioned, Harry Wooden against the Roos earlier today, 1 for 2. Drew a couple walks, was also hit by a pitch, so he's on base 4 times. He's down in the count 0-1 to Patrick McLaughlin. Step off again. Worried about the runner Williams at second. We've also got Smith at first.
The thing where the bunt can backfire for you here too, it leaves first base open. Okay, going to be swinging now.
Yeah, misses though.
Wooden had a nice game earlier in the 9 spot. And the thing is, if you put runners on first and second with first base open, then all of a sudden your best hitter comes up, potentially your best hitter, certainly the one who hit the homer, comes up, and there's a place to put him, and you can pitch around him.
Caught looking.
Ooh.
First out of the inning, Paddy McLaughlin.
Ooh.
Able to get Wooden. And that brings Samakawa to the plate.
Boy, they swing the same bat, don't they?
Yeah.
Same model or same bat? That's the question.
The quirks of underage baseball.
Yes.
Of course, Samakawa homered his first time up. Takes the first pitch for a ball.
And I made a reference in the earlier game, if you remember that old Muppet show with the Statler brothers up in the balcony. If you don't like what we're saying, just remember that we're a lot like them.
That one catches the zone.
That's a gutsy pitch. Real gutsy pitch there. Well thrown.
2 on, 1 out. 1-1 count for Aita Samakawa. Keeping an eye on the runners. So Tom Williams started the inning being hit by a pitch. Monty Smith walked next up, and the strikeout on Wooden. Samakawa swings opposite field again. Having to go a long way is Cooper Reed, and curls foul. 1-2 on Samakawa.
I don't know what he's going to throw here. He's shown off speed. Remember, a right-hander's breaking ball is going to break in on the lefty. Maybe you want to go fastball away off the plate. No, he's going to come in.
This will be his 37th pitch, and it's hit up the middle, but playing in the right spot was McKenna, but they're not going to get the double play. They get 1 out at second, but the runner scores, and Samakawa desperately makes his way back to first.
was some great positioning on the part of Queensland. It just didn't work out. It kind of goes back to where they fell down a little bit against Country New South Wales, where they didn't handle the ball as well. But
so the runner
was in the right place.
The runner Williams scores, makes the score 3-2. But Samakawa's on base. 2 outs in the inning, and he is a threat to run, is Eita Samakawa. Quinn Fatai up to hit. Want to know.
That's a really good piece of analysis there, too. Really, with 2 outs, good runner on. Not a bad time to run because you still get the heart of the order up next inning.
Fouls that one off, 1-1. His younger brother was keen to run in the under-16s. Did one of their games, a couple of their games, in fact, a couple of days ago. Tried to catch him leaning. One pitch here from McLaughlin. 3-2 lead to WA. Samakawa's off, and the pitch is in the dirt. He'll get there easily.
You called it, Michael.
And he'll be held up there.
And luckily, he didn't grab an extra base off that wild pitch. And this kind of gets back to where we've been seeing a little bit of inconsistency about McLaughlin and his easiness and his delivery. Sometimes he tries to overthrow in certain situations, and he pays for it with an inconsistent release point.
Tight. Lets that one go.
Nice shot by Pawsey behind the plate to keep it in front.
It's always nice when the players make you look smart, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Doesn't happen often, believe me.
No.
3-1 here. 4 for Ty. Samakawa on second. In the dirt and blocked by Pawsey, even though he lost it for a moment.
Any which way you can.
Yep. Fatai gets on with a walk. He's second of the game.
Any which way you can. That's a Clint Eastwood movie.
Yes.
You know it? You've heard of it?
I've heard of it.
The sequel to Any Which Way But Loose.
It's probably a little bit before my time, but I have
the grandparents watching their youngsters playing today would remember that one.
Cameron Barr is up. He's a dangerous hitter, and
he had a dangerous swing.
Yeah. Missed on it though. 2 on, 2 out for Barr. He struck out his first time up.
And all of a sudden, WA's threatening again.
Yeah, they've already scored 1 in the inning with Barr at the bat, with Barr on deck. Let me say that again. With Barr at bat, it could be more. Lenny Golding is on deck. So here we go, the 0-1 to Cameron Barr. Samakawa a long way off second. And another swing and a miss for strike 2.
Nice pitching. And yeah, when McLaughlin lines it up, when he gets a consistent delivery, he does have some good stuff. And again, it gets back to something we've been talking about through the afternoon. It's like it's about part of the excitement here is seeing these 16 and 17-year-olds find consistency. That's what makes a good player great.
0-2 pitch is blocked by Pawsey. 1-2. And that's the thing. None of these young men are finished products yet as baseball players. Not even close. But you just see whether it's the flashes or the ability. And that's why the scouts from all those major league teams and colleges are watching. 1-2 is fouled off.
Nice off-speed pitch.
Yeah, just got a little piece of it.
And you bring up that point, 15, 16, essentially half the major league teams. I don't know why more, and often sometimes there have been more. Of the 30 major league clubs have scouts here today, and dozens of colleges do too, or are watching our broadcast and wondering who these knuckleheads are.
1 and 2 is fouled off again. Hello to you if you are watching.
Yes, we're the knuckleheads down here in Australia. It's a nice place. Come check it out.
Yeah.
Put some money in your budget to visit next year. We promise you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, come get here next year. Watch the tournaments in person.
Yeah, and by the way, Melbourne is the only city with the F1 Grand Prix and a Grand Slam event. There's a reason why Melbourne is the world's sporting capital.
And we've got everything here, no doubt, as that one again goes foul. So that's 3 in a row that he's fouled off bar. Starting to look a little bit dangerous, perhaps. McLaughlin's up to 48 pitches now, I should say.
You know, in Australia, we don't need to make Australia great again, because in our own way, we already are.
It's already great.
In our own way. In our own way.
That's it. Here's the 1 and 2. And did that get him, or was it on the swing? Yep, foul.
I wonder what the conversation is there. But just to kind of get to play on that point a little bit more, if you just look at all the players that have been here, what is it, 100 players over the last 3 years have gone to play NCAA baseball?
Jeez, that's a big
number.
100
plus over the last 3 years. Just since 2024, 49 have signed pro or gone to college.
And it's sort of gone under the radar, but 18 months ago, the number 1 pick in the MLB draft was Australian.
I know.
It's seemingly gone under the radar here in Australia, but that did actually happen.
We got a blip for a moment, but you know, it's
1 and 2 pitch, and Barr's able to swing and make contact with this one, and it lands in shallow left. Reed retrieves, but the runner Samakawa will score, and it's a 4-2 WA lead off the RBI base hit from Cameron Barr.
Boy, he had that down near the barrel, but that's where these aluminum bats, or aluminium as it's said in Australia.
That is the correct way to say it.
Allow you to dump a hit in when you don't square it up sometimes. A little easier than with a wooden bat.
So with 2 out in the inning, WA taking a 4-2 lead. Dave Badke's come to the mound, and that'll be the end of Paddy McLaughlin's day. Number 9 coming in for Queensland, that would be Kobe Wise, who gets his first opportunity to pitch in this tournament. He went 1 for 2 at the plate yesterday against New South Wales. So we'll get a chance to see what he can do on the mound with his side trailing 4-2. Final numbers for Paddy McLaughlin. Got through 1 2/3 of an inning. Allowed 3 hits, 4 walks, 4 earned runs. But did strike out 2 batters, and he ended up with a total of 50 pitches over 12 batters faced. 24 of those 50 pitches going for strikes.
So he's kind of surpassed. I didn't see how many pitches he threw to that batter, but presumably he surpassed that 45 pitch count. We may have to check the scores on that. I didn't have a precise number on him when he started the at-bat.
No, Barr did foul a couple off, so it may have been under 45 at the start of that at-bat. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Just pause for a second. Let's have a look. Sure enough, he had 42 pitches going into that last batter thanks to our scores. So this was a good strategic move to get him out to save you passing that 45 pitch threshold before or an at-bat starts. So that's going to allow him to come back after 1 day's rest instead of 2. So good strategic pitch management on behalf of baseball in Queensland.
Kobe Wise, 17 years old, out of the Surfers Paradise Baseball Club. One of the lovely spots in Australia on the Gold Coast.
Surfers Paradise. Oh, good. It's a good club. Nice spot. A lot of Masters events there. Queensland Commissioner Chris Norrie's coached there. Oh. That's a gutsy pitch there, isn't it? First pitch curveball, get me over. And then obvious, you're thinking, gosh, he's going to come into the game and throw a fastball, and here he has the guts to throw a curveball over for a strike. That's impressive. Good job, young man.
You could tell Golding wasn't ready for it.
And he wasn't ready for that either.
No, he plunked him.
Threw it hard, though. Nice velo on that.
I'm sure Lenny Golding will tell you just how hard it was thrown.
Ooh, and it looked like it might have got him on the back of the elbow, so right on the funny bone. You could just see him wince. That's unfortunate. You hate to see that happen. I'm sure he's fine, but nonetheless, it's just,
it
not
hurts.
ideal. Not ideal.
Not so funny from Lenny's perspective. Well, that does load the bases for Zy Gordon. He flied out to center field first time up. 2 outs. And he's aggressive on the first pitch, but fouls it. So for Ty at third, Barr at second, and now Golding, the runner at first. 0-1 pitch is grounded to the third baseman Reed, and he applied the tag on the runner Barr, and that'll end the inning. But WA does score 2. They've taken a 4-2 lead.
That was fraught with danger.
Yep.
He tried to tag. I mean, I'm not saying he should have done it differently by any means, but just saying situationally the way it developed, it was smart to go for the tag. By the way, nice curveball there to get the swing in. But he reaches. The only way he was going to get him was with the bare ball. He had committed to that, but luckily, if you remember back in a number of years ago, Alex Rodriguez for the Yankees being very aggressive, pushing through somebody was trying to tag him. Luckily, Colby did not find that same fate, and he was able to be successful on that tag, but that really could have gone badly for Queensland, and truly glad for them that they did that. It didn't.
4-2 WA lead after 2.
There's a breed out there that don't fit the mold. They don't see a challenge. No failures. Just lessons. And while you might not have seen it, they've been working. They don't fit in. They're happy to be different. Excuses. What's that? They don't need to be the best. Just better than they were yesterday. And while some see different, we see better. PTP. Different. Better.
We've got a good one here in Essendon. 4-2 WA lead over Queensland after 2 innings.
Bandy still on the hill.
Yeah, Bandy, the big right-hander, back out there. Pitch number 45 for him, and in the box, Pawsey has gotten that one to land in right field, and he's aboard with a double.
I'll tell you what, just quietly, Thomas Williams out of Morley did a really good job on that play.
Yeah.
Because that so easily could have gone to the fence. Bear in mind how far away is right field from third base. Yeah. Look at how quick he moves to get to this ball and make sure that it's a double and not a triple. And that changes some possibilities there for what can score a run and cannot score a run in what's turning out to be a pretty tight and exciting ball game.
Second hit of the day for Pawsey. He's got a triple and a double. That one's ground. Brilliant diving play at third by Barber. And he gets the out. Oh, he doesn't get the out at first. Gordon couldn't quite make the pick.
In spite of that.
But my word, that was a good play.
Yes. In spite of that, and he keeps the runner at second base in spite of that. Oh. And he's got to hurry to have a chance. For sure.
Jeez. Reminded me of Key Brian Hayes. Even the uniform's similar as well back in the day.
Yeah, and Zy Gordon did a good job to keep it in front of him. You'd like to see him make that pick off the turf, but nonetheless, not bad. And that's the thing to remember in all the plays today. If you're watching out there at home, this is not a dirt infield, though it might look like it on TV. You see the lighter circles at home plate and on the mound. That's the only dirt we're playing on today. The outfield is grass. But the infield, despite the color differences, is the same artificial turf, and we're seeing some consistent hops, and the players are making the most of it as well. The last thing you want on a hot summer day is a brick dirt, or, the old brick dust infield, where you just get some really kind of, I would say, poopy hops. I hate to say it that way, but you really do. You get that ball bouncing off the grass that can be kind of spongy, and you expect the same hop off the brick dust infield, and yeah, it just it doesn't give you the same thing. So this is a really nice rejuvenated infield here at Essendon in the last few years.
1-2 to Griffin. No outs. Runners on first and second. And that's hit well, but foul.
I'll say Bandy keeps chugging along. I know there's a couple guys on base, and I know they're hitting him around a little bit, but the guys stayed around the plate. He's given up only one walk, am I correct?
Yes. No, two.
Two walks, my bad, but nonetheless.
Swing and a miss at that one. And
that's
Bandy got him.
I mean, that's a situation you expect him to throw a curveball, but sure was a heck of a curveball right in the outer corner.
And Griffin's one of those guys, he won't die wondering. He'll swing if he thinks he's got a chance. McPherson grounded into a double play in the first inning. Takes ball one. Fouls that one off. 1-1 the count on McPherson. Centre fielder. Bandy, pitch number 54. This is inside.
Just for those of you scoring at home, we actually checked in with our scores. That scorcher that Colby Ryerson hit and the diving stop by Barber, the error actually went to the first baseman, Zy Gordon, because the ball did sit in his glove and then come out. That's the official ruling here for the score. So we've got a double, an E3, and a K to get us to the position with two runners on and one out.
Pawsey at second, Ryerson at first. Pawsey had the lead-off double, and a swing and a miss from McPherson. Oh, they're calling that one foul.
You know what I really like there? It looked like he took the foul tip on that.
Yeah.
Tip of the cap to Pat White there, or sorry, Peter White, the umpire. That's a little professional courtesy between the catchers union and the umpires union. I joke around about that, but that's serious stuff.
Yeah.
He took the point to go out to the mound, talk to the pitcher, just create a little bit of a break, just to give the catcher a little bit more time to recover from the foul tip as we settle in here with a 2-2 count.
Runners at second and third. Queensland trailing 4-2.
Nice pitch.
And got him looking.
Again with that curveball.
He's trusting it in critical moments, isn't he? Dylan Bandy. Is that a ghost runner or a pinch runner coming on?
Courtesy runner for the catcher.
Yep.
With two outs. And that's a speed-up rule for those of you watching at home. You probably know it, a lot of you club baseballers in clubland out there.
Cody Harrison it is.
But the idea being, get the catcher in. We're on a time game. Let's keep it moving. An hour, 2 hours and 5 minutes, no new inning. So you want to make sure the catcher's ready to bounce out when the new inning starts.
Yep. Stefanuto fouls off the first pitch. 2 out in the inning. 1-1 the count. Runners on first and second. Misses on that one. Maybe another foul tip. Finds himself down 0-2, Stefanuto. Looking for his first hit of the championships.
What's Bandy going to do here? Is he going to miss with a fastball? No, he's set up on the inside. What's he going to throw here? He's going to throw the 0-2 curve.
And missed on that one.
Really nice job by Barr to keep that in front of him and keep the runners in position where they are.
So they get the lead-off double, Queensland, then the next man, Ryerson, reaches base on the error. 2 straight strikeouts.
Well, I just don't like the sequencing there, Michael. I would have gone 0-2. I would have tried to, and of course, any curveball is going to break inside on the left-handed hitter, but I would have tried to set him up maybe with a fastball off the plate before coming back with the curveball. And now we're kind of set. It just didn't sit well, that sequence, and now it's 2-2. But Bandy's been thrown pretty well. Let's see where he comes back here. Great job by Barr.
Yep.
Wow. Wow, that's a heck of a job by the catcher.
So it started as an 0-2 count, but Stefanuto's worked his way back into it. Now it's full. This is, again, a big moment in the game. We've said it a couple times, but with WA scoring 2 in the bottom of the second, Queensland, after scoring the first 2 runs of the game, find themselves down. Here's the payoff from Bandy. Fouled off.
Good job getting in his kitchen. He couldn't catch up to it.
So he stays alive, Stefanuto.
And good job to follow it off because he lives to swing another day, doesn't he? Gets another ball in the dirt, gets one he can handle, and all of a sudden the inning's alive and maybe they score a run because he was able to follow that pitch off.
63rd pitch from Bandy will come in a moment as he steps off.
And if he can get out of it here, you'd really think he'll be out next inning as well. You'd think. Actually, it depends how he performs here. Just because we've hit that 60 threshold, he was below that 60 threshold before he started this batter. If he can get out of the inning here, they may hold him back if they've got somebody else ready to go. It just depends on what their strategy is.
The way he's been going, you definitely want to be able to use him again. But you wouldn't mind keeping him out there either as he misses low and now they're loaded.
He's looking at the dugout too. He looked at the dugout to see if somebody's going to come out. Not sure what's going to happen, but really this is the choice of take him out now. Yep. There we go. There's going to be a change. You take him out now because he was below 60 pitches before the at-bat started. I think you guys are starting to put the pieces of the puzzle together, as we say it many times in a row. But by making this move here, ultimately what WA does is ensure that he can come back after only 1 day of rest instead of 2 days of rest. So smart move. Bandy did a nice job.
Yep, Kurt Russell out to the mound, makes the change, and looks like it's going to be Declan McDonald, the 16-year-old, to replace Dylan Bandy.
And this is a real moment in the game, Michael. You were kind of saying it before. If Bandy, had him down 0-2, and then I think got a little bit out of sequence in what he was throwing and didn't close him out, and all of a sudden you've got the young guy coming in here, and he's, instead of getting a clean inning, thankfully for him, for his sake, he's low in the order. But nonetheless, now he's stepping in under pressure with bases loaded in a really important situation instead of stepping in next inning with a clean one. So that was kind of a sliding doors moment, as you kind of alluded to, and we'll see what's going to happen next.
Yeah, good luck, kid, right?
Yeah.
So Declan McDonald has finished off his warm-up, and he'll face Cooper Reed, who got a base hit back in the second inning.
Wait, that guy's got a lot of things happening in his motion to fire that. A lot of velocity, nice velocity too. Didn't miss by much.
Only 16 years old. He's a little bit of a funky delivery, isn't it? But he's able to fire in a strike that time. Declan McDonald, another one from the Korean Cats.
Oh. Love my Korean Cats singlet.
Fouled off, 1-2.
He's got so much going on in the way he takes the ball out and puts it in his glove.
Yep.
Declan does. Deceptive to the batter. And it really looks like he's up to the moment right now. As we have a
loaded.
1-2 count, I believe.
Yes. Bases loaded, 2 out. 1-2.
Oh, nice pitch. Oh.
Well, he thought about it, the ump, didn't he? He thought about it.
Did not miss by much. Boy, if you're starting to see a little bit of haziness in the broadcast, folks, I think it might be from some bushfires that we've had.
Yeah. Smoke and ash has been in the air today.
Oh, my.
And that time he struck him out.
I think it was the haziness made it a little tough to see that off-speed pitch.
Went back to the well with the curveball, and they're able to limit the damage, WA, to 2 runs, to no runs, I should say, after the leadoff double.
No runs on
Yep.
just really one hit to lead off double. A walk, 3 Ks to get out of the inning.
Yeah,
Very interesting baseball. I think we got a good game here, Michael.
They had runners on first and second with no outs, but as you mentioned, 3 straight Ks to end the inning. Dylan Bandy will get his final line for you. 63 pitches, 37 of which were strikes. He ended up with 2 2/3 innings, allowed 5 hits, 3 walks, 4 Ks, and 2 earned runs. So, pretty good line in the end for Dylan Bandy. And Declan McDonald finishes it off with the 3rd straight strikeout. And I know we mentioned it a few times, but it felt like a big moment in the game, didn't it? With the score being 4-2, Queensland wanted to get a couple runs back. The momentum seemingly with WA at the minute.
And to put Declan McDonald into that situation, and he delivered big time.
Yep, just a young kid really, playing under 18s for the first time. Here in the bottom of the 3rd, Cooper Barber. Ooh, his first pitch swinging, that's hit hard and hit well. Goes, bounces over. Oh, did it? No, it's a ground rule double. I think everyone thought it was a home run, myself included.
It's getting a bit hazy out here, so it's a little tough to tell.
Yeah, but bounced in the outfield, then over the fence. And a ground rule double for Cooper Barber. That was hit hard.
Wow. Nice piece of hitting. And as we've been alluding to, we are seeing, with the 42-degree day we had, and then a couple days before we were up around 40. We've had a few bushfires. Luckily, nothing too out of control here in Melbourne, in Victoria. Shielded here in Melbourne in our suburban paradise.
Tom Williams up. First pitch from Wise in the dirt, well blocked by Pawsey.
Michael, I lament the gridlock, that we are getting denser and denser, particularly in the southeast where you and I live.
Oh, yeah.
But when I see the smoke roll in from a bushfire, I'm a little bit more grateful for our suburban paradise that we live in. Ooh.
And that's well hit as well, into the gap in left center. And that one's also gone over the fence. Ground rule double, this time for Tom Williams. But it scores the runner. WA increase their lead to 3 runs.
Trading places.
Yep.
By the way, that would be an Eddie Murphy and
Yes.
Eddie Murphy movie from the early 80s.
Yeah.
And Dan Aykroyd, of course.
Again, another one I've heard of, haven't seen.
From Toronto, Canada, much like our very own Eric Belden.
Yes.
But trained at Second City, Chicago comedy troupe where I'm from. My sister trained at Second City, I might add.
Nice city, Chicago. We went for the first time last year on that trip. Here's Monty Smith. Takes ball 1.
Completely off topic, but later this year I'm taking a group of Melbunians to Chicago to see the Blues.
Very
to see
nice.
a guy named Michael Charles, born in Craigieburn, 30 years in Chicago. He's in the Chicago Blues Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Only incredible accomplishment for an Australian, so we're going to go support him as he launches his new album.
Yeah, that is very impressive. As Smith fouls that one off.
That couldn't be more off topic, by the way. At least the wrestling tied into the Aces game.
So, born in Craigieburn, wow.
Yeah, Michael
Craigieburn
Charles.
to Chicago.
Check it out on YouTube. Michael Charles. Think Stevie Ray Vaughan. Think Eric Clapton. He's
How
that
about
good.
that? Yeah, jeez.
Buddy Guy brought him over, and he stayed for 35 years, and he's been in the Blues Hall of Fame in Chicago. Only a couple dozen people have done that, and the only Australian. Nice pitch.
Makes the count 1 and 2.
And you can check out his new releases on Moonlight Records.
How much is he paying you?
He's a good guy, good friend. He and his publicist, Jane Rogers, are fantastic. One of these days, an Australian, but these days, Michael Charles, one of Chicago's very own.
Here's the 1 and 2 from Wise. Waited for the breaking pitch, got it, but didn't get all of it. Ground out to Stefanuto.
Productive out, though.
Yep.
Productive out.
Moves the runner Williams to third, and still less than 2 outs. That was the first out of the inning.
Yeah, so that really sets it up. And here's Wooden again.
Yeah,
He's swinging the same bat as Sakamura, so look out.
Now, well, that bat's already hit a homer, but
Yes.
it didn't help Wooden. He struck out first time up.
Played a nice game earlier, so good man for the job here. I remember in the earlier game thinking, oh, why are they betting this guy 9? Because he was really productive in the earlier game.
Takes a ball there.
What do they call the last guy in the lineup in cricket? The night watchman? Is that correct?
Oh, I'm not a big cricket guy, but it's the night in certain situations.
Gotcha.
Oh, as that's going to get through for a base hit off the bat of Wooden, and he scores the run. Little bobble in the field allows Wooden to get to second. Heads up play from Harry Wooden, and it's now a 6-2 WA lead as Williams touches home.
Nice diving effort by Tyler Laurie, just under his glove.
Yep.
Infield in, they're trying to stop this run prevention.
Yep.
Too hot to handle. And yes, the night watchman's kind of at the end of the day. It's not just not just the tail of the order. No.
Yes.
That's just the tail.
Please do not ask me cricket questions. Samakawa back to the plate. Hit the leadoff home run to left field first up. Conditions getting tough out there for the players. Wooden on second with 1 out.
Yeah, well struck ball by Wooden.
Takes ball 1. Wise up to 14 pitches. Quinn Fatai next up for WA. Into Samakawa is the danger man, or one of the danger men in this WA lineup. Here's the 1-0.
And I'm going to self-correct, unlike my AI that's always right and never wrong. But it was actually Vlasic in the game I called earlier. It was late in the order. He did a nice job with 3 hits, reaching 4 times. Wooden also reached 3 times earlier today as well, with a couple of hits.
2-0 is low.
Well, I find my ChatGPT is a lot like my ex-wife, never wrong.
Never wrong.
Never wrong. Even if you point out why they're wrong and how they're wrong, they still tell you how they're not wrong and how they're right. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm not an AI guy.
Yeah, I'm going to go over to Anthropic, I think.
The whole thing scares me.
Yeah, it should.
3-0
Oh,
pitch.
nice pitch.
Finds the zone.
Wow, did you see that? Off-speed pitch, 3-0. With first base open. So they're saying, you know what, we're not going to give him a cookie. We're not going to give him something he can hit out of the ballpark and drive in 2 runs because we'd rather him be on first base with a walk, so I'm going to throw a curveball. Let's see what they throw here. Is it going to be off the plate? Is it going to be another off-speed pitch? Got the outside corner, but nothing he'd want to swing at, so that's smart. And I don't think they're going to give in again. Given that was a fastball, I think they're going to come back potentially even with a curveball here. And the only thing you want to make sure that you do is if you're Lachlan Pawsey behind the plate, is you want to make sure that ball doesn't get by. Put the curveball in the dirt. Do not give this guy anything to hit.
Pickoff attempt at second.
Especially if you look at how hard Wooden just hit the ball with that bat. You don't want Sakamura to do the same thing.
Yep, the bat's hot at the minute. Payoff pitch coming up to Eita Samakawa.
Might have been too good, to be honest. Of course, I'm making all these ex-wife jokes, and I'm thinking there are probably some mothers out there go, I know why. I know why she left. Americans are an acquired taste.
So I've heard.
Yes, thankfully some Australians like us. Not like Eric, who's a lovely Canadian, just doesn't offend anyone. Oh, nice. Again, off-speed pitch. Nothing he's going to drive out of the ballpark unless he's sitting on. He's sitting 3-2. At this point, he's going to be protecting the plate at this point. But
1 out in the inning. Runner on second. That's Harry Wooden for Eita Samakawa. Hits that one hard and high, but foul once again.
Part of me wants to say that pitch was too good, but you know what? It wasn't too good. It was maybe a little too good, but he didn't pipe it down the middle 3-2. He's making sure to stay on the corners. Maybe he's going to come with another off-speed pitch here, but this is not the guy that you want to let beat you.
It's been a long at bat. And Samakawa grounds this one to Laurie at second. He's quick, but not quick enough. And they get the ground out.
Productive out.
Yep, for number 2 in the inning. Get the feeling when they see Samakawa running up the first base line, they just get a little bit nervous, the fielders. I know I certainly would if I were them.
Yeah, look at that. It's a little bit slow, but for the most part, it's a little bit slow, but kind of routine ground ball.
Yep.
And it's like beat him by half a step.
Because would I be correct in saying that if you've got someone that quick coming up the line, it can make you rush a little bit if you're in the field?
Yes, and a ball that it's a little off rhythm.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little bit slow, so your rhythm's going to be off, and there's every opportunity you're looking up at the runner and they could hit off the heel.
Ty's drawn 2 walks so far, and he's lined that one straight back to Laurie. 2 more runs score for WA. Lead at 6-2.
It's all Laurie this inning on defense.
It's been busy. No doubt about that. The 4 spot.
I'll tell you what, it's getting a little dark out there. I think the lights are not on yet, but I expect them to be on soon. The smoky air is just taking away a little bit of sunlight tonight.
See a replay of that play there by Laurie. And as we go to a break at the end of 3 innings, 6-2 game in favour of WA. WA has started to pull away a little bit from Queensland with 3 straight 2-run half innings. But Queensland at the top of the 4th will have a chance to try and pull a couple back. And it'll be Tyler Laurie, who was busy on defense in the bottom of the 3rd, I should say, who's first up against Declan McDonald, who is so impressive getting that strikeout to end the 3rd. And
just pulled off it a little bit.
That's hit towards center field. Easy play for Golding. First out in the inning.
It just opened up a little bit on that ball and got it off the end of the bat. A little anxious. And look, Declan McDonald, I think you got to see a couple pitches with this guy, because his release point, his delivery is just a little different. And so you need to see a few pitches to get what he's coming with. I like this guy. Wow. First pitch, curveball, get ahead. There's nobody's looking at that motion for the first time and going to even think about swinging at a first pitch curve. And if you can throw it to the first strike, what's the expression here? Bob's your uncle?
Yep, that's it.
Actually, I do have an Uncle Bob, but that's another story.
Well, so do I, actually.
Okay, there you go. Bob's our uncle.
Well, and being Rob, you'd be a Bob too.
Yes.
1-1 here on McKenna. Misses that time.
Nice pitch. Again, Barr's doing a nice job framing up behind the plate, too.
Liam McKenna reached on a walk in the 1st inning, then grounded out in the 2nd. And he swings and misses for strike 2.
I don't know if funky's the right word for Declan McDonald, but I hope I don't offend anybody by saying it, but just different. No, nice pitch. Might be fooling the umpire. Sorry. Peter, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I defer to you, sir.
That fills up the count for McKenna.
I've got 2 different pairs of glasses I'm putting on and off. There's smoke out there, and we're up in the Eagles' nest.
Foul ball. Leo McKenna in the box. Playing shortstop today and takes it inside for a walk. It's his 2nd walk in this one. So 1 out, 1 aboard for Queensland. And that brings Warwick Scotland back up. Hasn't been on base yet today. He's struck out and grounded out. Playing right field. Made a fantastic play in that country game earlier. Showing off the arm strength in right field. 6-2 WA lead. 1 out in the inning. McKenna on first. And that's through the gap for a hit. McKenna will be held up at 2nd. So now 1 out, 2 on. Good for Queensland.
And good. Queensland's making a little bit of noise. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, they started well offensively with the 2 runs in the top of the 1st, but bats have been held somewhat quiet since then.
Yeah, well, a couple good pitching performances, too. You
Yep.
gotta tip your cap.
Yeah, Bandy and McDonald have been the pitchers so far. Now a chance for Pawsey. He's already got a double and a triple in this one. So he's one that can pose a real threat to Western Australia. Oh, and 1 pitch. Swing and a miss on a curveball. Strike 2. Causey in the hole against McDonald. Fouls this one off.
Another nice pitch.
He started him off with a couple of curves. One was taken for a strike. The other was swung on and missed. Once again on 0-2. Makes contact, and that's hit hard towards right center field. A diving play. Was that a catch? Not quite by Golding.
It is a catch. It is. That was on the transfer. Paul Carthy on the play. Called him out.
Wow.
First base umpire. I'm sorry. Let's step back here. Let's see it. Sean Bourne has called him safe. Carthy called him out. Carthy on the right, Bourne on the left. Let's see what happens. Diving play on the Spacequake replay. Dives. Has it. Transfers it out of his glove. That's a catch, folks.
That is a catch.
That's
wow.
a catch.
What an effort. Lenny Golding. Yeah, but Pawsey's headed back to the dugout.
Yeah. Wow.
How about that? So 2 out now in the inning.
So I want to correct. I don't think the umpires necessarily contradicted themselves. Paul Carthy on the call. I think Bourne was just indicating that the runner was safely back to first.
And McKenna tagged to third in the meantime.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
So with 2 out, we've got runners on the corners. And a 1-1 count here to Ryerson, who's reached base twice. Runner at first takes off, and he's in. Scotland able to steal second.
Samakawa made the best of a bad. I mean, I don't want to say bad throw, but a throw that was a little bit offline. It was a really quick release, good velocity. If it would have been online, it would have been out. Second mirror almost turned it into an out.
2-1. Is he able to hold his swing? They'll check it and they'll say no. He went around.
Paul Carthy on the call. Veteran Victorian umpire.
2-2 on Ryerson.
And again, what a great catch by Golden. Wow.
Yeah, that was impressive, to say the least. In the dirt is blocked.
Wow, Cameron Barr. Wow.
You can see a little tear in your eye.
I know.
As a catcher yourself.
I know. I want to get his autograph. That's a run-saving play,
yep.
And it just, yeah.
Full count, fouled off. Payoff pitch for Ryerson.
Ooh, good spot.
Taken low. And now they're loaded.
Yeah, nice effort again by Barr to make that pitch look awfully close. And it was off the plate. Good call by Peter White.
So Blake McPherson now has a chance. Oh, in fact, Alonzo Griffin has a chance. With the bases loaded. He's drawn a walk and struck out in his 2 plate appearances thus far.
Nice off-count curveball.
Yep.
Best pitch in baseball, strike one, and if you can throw it over for the first pitch, you're going to get a guy looking at that way more times than swinging at that.
We've seen Griffin not be shy about swinging on the first pitch, and he misses on that one, 0-2. That curve is impressive, isn't it?
Yes. And again, all that movement he makes before.
Catches the hitters off guard. 0-2 pitch. Misses outside. And for a lot of these players, it might well be the first time they've ever faced McDonald, so it takes a little bit of getting used to a different delivery. 1-2 here for Griffin. Another miss outside.
Yeah, not a bad miss there, but you really got to come here in this situation with 2 outs and the bases loaded. If we get to 3-2, the runners will be in motion, and that's going to mean more, potentially an additional run could score on a hit, on a single, for example. So he's really got to go after him here on 2-2 to try to make whatever's going to happen. Nice curveball.
Yeah, got a piece of it, but foul. And the count remains 2-2. For Alonzo Griffin. Represented Australia at both under 16 and under 18 level, and he strikes out looking.
Wow.
McDonald gets out of the inning.
And you can see the joy in his step for that. He wanted that pitch. And now, to be honest, that's a similar pitch to what he threw before, and it got called a ball. That close. And again, VAR made it look that good to end a threatening inning for Queensland.
So a couple of walks and a hit in the inning, but McDonald able to work around the traffic on the bases. And in the middle of the fourth, it is a 6-2 WA game. We've seen some quality baseball so far in this one. You know where else you can find some quality baseball, Rob? By getting the ABL Access Pass. There are just 2 weeks to go in the Australian Baseball League season. You can support our professional competition by purchasing an ABL Access Pass from Baseball Plus. If you purchase an ABL Playoff Pass right now, you will get the remainder of the games from rounds 9 and 10 for free. That's right, you will get those for free in addition to your ABL Playoff Pass. Make sure you head to plus.baseball.com.au to lock in your pass today and support Australian professional baseball.
Yeah, and isn't that fantastic? If you sign up now and get the postseason pass, you're actually going to pick up the last 2 rounds.
Yeah.
I believe, are we in round 9 this weekend and 10 next weekend? And you've got a real play. It's essentially playoff implications all the way through with Sydney hoping to lock up a championship series at home and everybody else jockeying for second and third to play the wild card round. So lots of exciting baseball and Baseball Plus. But, of course, you get it all free here on Baseball Plus because it's kid baseball and we're trying to promote the juniors. And here we are in a great junior baseball game.
Yeah, and if you like what you're seeing in this tournament so far and you haven't really caught much of the ABL so far, if you've liked this, you'll like that. No doubt about that. So make sure you're watching as Wise back on the mound for Queensland. Misses outside with a ball.
And look who's up. The catcher just did such a fantastic job to shepherd McDonald and the team through that inning. And here's Cameron Barr.
Struck out and singled so far. Takes ball 2 here. Here's the 2-0. Skied towards foul ground and able to get underneath it and make the play. Stefanuto for the first out of the inning.
It looks like probably McDonald will start the next inning. How are we doing on pitch count with Kobe Wise?
He's up to 27.
Okay, so we're at a kind of an inflection point for him as well here. This could be his last batter, or he could continue on depending what the strategy is for Queensland.
Misses on the first pitch to Golding, who made an unbelievable diving catch in center in the last half inning. That was something. And he's hit this one hard right to center. Doesn't have enough on it though. McPherson.
Yeah, and bear in mind that the outfield's pretty shallow here too. It's to center field. 365 is not that deep. He really dropped his shoulder a little bit and got underneath it to sky it. Just not his best. Sorry, easy here being the Stavler brothers up in the balcony being critical, but probably wasn't his best swing, and the aluminium bat probably made it look better than it was there.
6-2 game as Gordon takes a strike in the bottom of the zone. Gordon 0 for 2. Cooper Barber next up, hit a ground rule double his last time out. As Gordon takes the ball.
One ball, one strike.
Gordon takes another ball. Represented WA at the under-16 AYC over the last 2 years. Graduates to under-18 level this year. Takes a big swing and misses.
Good location on that pitch.
For strike 2. Top of the 4th. No base runners, 2 out. 2-2 count. He strikes out looking. And it's a scoreless inning for WA.
Nice movement, drifting back across the plate for the strikeout. Just one of those things. Peter White on the call. 1, 2, 3 inning. Queensland's got to feel good about getting that momentum. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Here we are headed into the bottom of the 4th.
Melbourne's a lot of things, but people don't ever come here for just one thing. It is a city of individuals, creating unique and enriching individual experiences for all the individuals who visit. Melbourne is a city that's every bit exciting and every bit different. The electric energy of live music meets eclectic fashion, food and art, and of course coffee, filling the streets and laneways with creativity at every corner. From the roaring excitement of one of its many, many sporting stadiums to the quiet solitude of a good cup of coffee or a world-class meal, you'll find it all in Melbourne. Walk down almost any street in the city and it's literally bursting off the walls in the form of street art, stencils, paste-ups, murals and more. Turn a corner and there it is again in the homegrown boutiques and jewellery stores. Melbourne's network of galleries showcase everything from major international exhibitions and collections to established and emerging local artists.
Got a new pitcher on the mound. Another Morley Eagle, Dylan Palethorpe, jumping in. Do you have a line there on our...
We'll get that in a moment.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. 1 ball, no strikes. Palethorpe delivers.
Yep.
Slider away, just missed.
Yep, and it did. So, final line for McDonald. 1 1/3 innings, 1 hit, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, but most importantly, 0 runs allowed as swinging and missing is McPherson.
Yeah, really nice performance by McDonald. Really nice job.
Yeah, ended up with 31 pitches, 19 of which were strikes.
And that means he'll be able to bounce back tomorrow because of that shorter appearance. He started the batter under 30 pitches, so they've got him up their sleeve as soon as they need him again.
So Palethorpe comes in. 3-1 pitch here to McPherson, and that's a lead-off walk for Queensland.
I've just got the Baseball Australia site up here as I'm looking through the rosters, and I'm seeing meet Steve Smith, the man who's collecting every Aussie baseball card ever.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool guy. And I just realized I've got a couple cards I was supposed to send him. And I forgot when I moved house. Old friend and teammate Steve Smith, if you're listening. I do have those Michael Huff cards signed for you.
Stefanuto swings at the first pitch, and it's a ground ball to Samakawa, who will take the out at first.
Nice play by Samakawa.
Yeah, decided not to try for the double play. Would have been difficult. So
yeah.
Take the out that you've got.
Yeah, really good sense of the ball field. And if you don't mind, I might just jump in as our next batter steps to the plate. That would be Cooper Reed, I believe, stepping in.
That is correct.
Cool. Well, I just don't want to miss the moment with Surikawa.
First pitch swinging foul.
Now, just so everybody knows, he got his Australian citizenship just 2 months before the Under-18 World Cup recently. And in fact, he got it specifically so he could represent Australia in the community that he plays for Korean WA for the country. And that's just not a small thing.
That's pretty cool.
And part of that is because a Japanese person, an adult, Japan only allows one citizenship.
Yeah.
So he's making a choice. I'm someone who actually has retained my American citizenship because I am very proud of that as another part of who I am. But Japan legally prohibits dual citizenship for adults, requiring individuals with multiple nationalities to choose one by age 22. So it's a huge deal for him at this young age to become a dual citizen and force that choice where he might have to give up if he gives up his Australian citizenship, he might not be able to get it back. And now he may have to give up his Japanese citizenship if he wants to stay here. So that's a pretty big deal for someone who loves baseball, but it's a big step on his part to express how much he cares about baseball in Australia and cares about the baseball community that he represents. And I know I'm talking over the action just a little bit, but I think it's really important. Eric Balinar, our head of things here, pointed that out, and I think it's just really important that we talk about what a fine young man and somebody who's become one of us that Sakamura has become.
No, that's a great fact. Certainly something I didn't know, and he is having a good tournament so far. He's having a good game, and geez, he's a player, isn't he? No doubt about that.
And that play to short where he had the sense that he didn't try to force the double play. He got the out that was there for him, right? They've got the lead. They're settled in. Let's not open up a big inning by trying to do too much.
On the 2-2 pitch, Reed swings and hits, but
nice throw.
Yeah, Golding is impressive out there in center, isn't he? Made a ridiculous catch earlier, and that was a hell of a throw.
Indeed. Right on line. I mean, not that he was even thinking to advance Stefanuto, but there was no chance if he did.
That's 2 outs now in the inning with Tyler Lowry up. 1 for 2 on the day for the second baseman and 9-hole hitter. Takes ball 1. Hit hard towards center field, but again, straight at Golding. And that's the end of the inning.
McPherson stranded.
Yep. Queensland haven't been able to score any runs since the top of the first. Kobe Wise returns to the mound for Queensland. Cooper Barber, Tom Williams, and then Monty Smith. The 3 men next up. And despite what feels like a close game, it is a 4-run buffer, and now in the middle of the 5th. Going to have to get moving, Queensland, if they're to have a chance.
It really doesn't feel like Queensland's out of it at this point. It's been a good baseball game, but obviously WA's just made some bigger plays in key moments, a couple key hits.
Of course, Eita Samikawa, the lead-off home run in the bottom of the first to get things started, but they've had big hits across the way as well. Cooper Barber and Tom Williams, consecutive ground rule doubles back in the 3rd. They'll be the first 2 batters up here, going up against Kobe Wise.
And the lights are not yet on. I expect them any time, perhaps after we complete this inning.
Just hit 8 o'clock local time as Barber takes the first pitch for a strike.
Well, nice job, Kobe Wise. Get me over curveball. Nobody's swinging at that on the first pitch of the inning. If you can throw a first strike.
1-1. We are approaching the 2-hour mark of the game. 6:13, I believe, was the
correct
time at which we started.
Nice curveball.
Yeah. 1-2. A run or two here could almost put things away for WA as Barber swings and misses, or in fact he might have gotten a piece of it.
Particularly if they can draw it out and make it a long inning.
Yeah.
You know, then the distance is great, time is short. Queensland probably only has one more at bat if they can put together a long inning here.
There's the 1-2, and that's hit hard, but not hard enough. It's going to fall to shallow left field. Cooper Reed able to make the play. First out of the inning.
I didn't know that was going to come down.
It didn't seem like it, did it? It was hit very high. And of course, with these...
He adjusted his launch angle a little bit because of the plane of the pitch, and he just got under it too much.
With these metal bats, it just sounds so convincing when you make contact. That one got a piece of Williams on the way through, so he'll take his base.
So Kobe Wise sitting on 40 pitches. We'll see how far they take him today. Certainly he'll get through this batter.
Williams on first with Monty Smith up.
Because you're at a point where you're 4 runs down. It just depends. You know, we don't know what their full rotation is or what their planning is. It's really not a statement one way or the other of Kobe Wise. It just, but that's going to be in their minds. That'll be calculating into it. Who do we got? Do we want to burn him and lose another day with him because he's off tomorrow at this stage? And if he gets beyond 45 pitches or starts a batter after 45 pitches, then he's not going to come back for a couple of days. We won't see him until one day.
Kickoff attempt misses.
Tuesday, Saturday, so he's off tomorrow. He's got Sunday the day of rest. He's got that. Question is, can he come back Monday? Smell enough that he can come back.
2-0.
I love the game inside the game. There's always so many little moves. And baseball's a bit slower game that you can kind of see those developing a little bit more in slow motion as opposed to some of the quicker games that you call.
Yep. Absolutely. That's a strike. Monty Smith has walked and grounded out so far. 3-1 count.
Resting in the DH position after catching earlier, but it's hard to tell who's their better catcher based on these 2 games today. Monty had a really nice game in the early game, which that nice tag we spoke about. And Cameron Barr has really played fantastically on the plate today as well. In the second game.
Williams the runner at first as Smith takes strike 2.
Full count. I wonder if they'll send the runner here.
Here's the payoff from Wise. Runner is off and running, but it's a moot point with the walk issued.
There was no reason that they had to do it there. I love it when they make you look good. But it was just one of those moments where you're up 4 runs. You know, you might be trusting your hitter at the plate. It's either going to be base hit or ball 4, you know, and sure enough.
One of those why not moments.
Yeah, not a lot to lose. And here they are going to pull Kobe Wise out of the game because this means that he can bounce back Monday instead of pulling him back until Tuesday. Looks like Colby Ryerson coming in, if I'm saying that correctly. Actually, I can't. Is it 67 or is it 61?
That wouldn't be 67. I would be surprised.
It must be 61. Sorry, folks. What is?
Oh, it is 67.
Wait, there's 2 67s on the roster. Let's look at the
Reece
lineup card.
McDermott.
Reece McDermott. Sorry, we're
Yes,
looking
that's
online.
right. Ryson's 76.
Got it.
That's
There's
right.
a
McDermott, 67.
typo on the roster
Yes,
online.
there we go.
Oh, gosh. Why can't you get everything perfect? That's what my ex-wife said. Sorry. I sound like Henny Youngman. Sorry. You guys wouldn't know who that is either.
No, sorry.
Rodney Dangerfield? Maybe.
I've heard the name. I've heard the name.
You've heard of Rodney Dangerfield?
Yes.
Good.
Couldn't tell you anything about him. But
Okay.
I've heard the name.
Caddyshack, folks.
Oh, that's right.
See the movie
Yes.
Caddyshack.
Yes.
If you want to see, just Google Rodney Dangerfield. Look him up on
Yes,
YouTube.
that's right. That's
Henny Youngman, you can let that go. But he's anyway.
So
Sorry.
Kobe Wise's numbers, 46 pitches all up. He ends up having gone 2 2/3 with 3 hits allowed, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and 2 earned runs.
Actually, Caddyshack would be good, but maybe even better Back to School. Back to School with Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, no, I don't know that one.
It's
Don't know
okay.
that one.
Don't worry, the grandparents listening at home will.
I know old school, but I don't know back to school.
Back to School. 1986, Rodney Dangerfield. Caddyshack was 1980.
I might have seen Caddyshack. I can't actually remember, to be honest.
Yeah, well, if you really enjoyed it, you wouldn't remember
Yeah,
watching it. That's that kind of movie.
You're probably right. So Reece McDermott in. Another one from Surfers Paradise.
Ooh,
And
well
Wooden,
struck.
first pitch swinging. Gets through the gap for a base hit. Runner Williams is going to be waved home. And he gets there standing up.
Nice pick and tag.
Yep. And they call out at third.
Oh, Sean Bourne, that was a very stylish call at third, I might add, too. He kind of had that one knee up in the air, one leg off the ground. You'll see it on the call. Left leg up, right leg pulls back, left leg comes up, and he makes the call. But it starts with a great throw.
Yeah, but again, that's Scotland
Yeah.
in right field, who we've already seen show off the arm.
Oh, we don't see the play at third. Too bad. That was a great call by Sean Bourne. And actually, it was a really nice pick and tag by Colby Ryerson is what made it happen there. It wasn't an awful throw, but it could have been a little bit better throw from Pawsey.
So 2 outs then for WA. They did score the runner. Well, they scored a runner, so it's 7-2 with Samakawa up to hit. He's up 2-0 in the count.
Rodney Dangerfield, no respect? Anybody? No? Oh, sorry. I've really enjoyed doing the broadcast here on Baseball Plus, Spacequake. It's been fantastic. See you again another time.
I'll have to get the Google machine out at some stage.
Sorry.
3-0 the count.
I'm waiting for that email. We really liked having you on the broadcast, but you just don't fit our demographic.
Ah, well, you know what? It's nice to feel young every now and then. It doesn't happen to me too often these days.
Oh, God. You're a young man, Michael. Goodness gracious.
Samakawa with a 3-0 count. Takes strike one.
Nice pitch, by the way.
Well, Reece McDermott.
Didn't give him anything too fat to hit, but then again, look who's at the plate, right?
Yeah. They're going to be careful with him, no doubt.
Another off speed, but yeah, not afraid to put him on with the bases loaded.
Yeah. Reece McDermott told us his dad got him into the game when he was 4 years old in Las Vegas. I'd hope that baseball was all he was doing there at that age.
Well, I was just going to say, glad to see that what happened in Vegas didn't stay in
Well,
Vegas.
it's worked out pretty well for him so far. Reece McDermott, he's also gone over to Miami and played for the Down Under Travelers. 0-1 count here for Fatai. 2 on, 2 out. Just misses with that one. Misses inside.
Glad he's getting a bit of a throw today. Looks like he's perhaps a little bit younger. I shouldn't say that. I'm making an exception.
16 years old.
Yeah, just hasn't quite filled out yet.
Played for the Roos in last year's under-16 tournament.
You know what? I just saw him smile too. Looks like he's happy to be there. He's feeling the joy of it, not the pressure of it. And he's just got that. Boy, I feel a bit foolish. I'm not able to quite describe what that pitch is. It's just not quite a curveball, but it's definitely not a fastball either.
1-2 the count.
He's got a real different look to him, and probably with his body type and the fact that he hasn't filled out, he's finding his way to be a little bit different. 2
on, 2 out. Pitched an inning yesterday against New South Wales.
And
allowed 1 run, but it was an unearned run, and 2 walks, 1 strikeout. 0 hits.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like a 12-6 curveball, but out of his hand it doesn't, but the break it does.
Here's a 2-2. Swung on and foul.
That looked more like a fastball that time. Again, a lot of smoke from the bushfire, bifocals. Maybe I should look at the Space Quake coverage a little closer.
Bottom of the 5th, where 119 minutes in, time running out for Queensland. Down 4 runs, and if they can score any more here, that's hit towards left centre, but plenty of time for Cooper Reid to make the play, and that's the end of the inning. It's a 7-2 WA lead as Fatai flies out. So with the time being what it is, it is likely that this will be the last inning, or the last half inning even.
Yeah, this is it.
So Queensland down 5 runs.
Yeah, this is it. They've got to tie, or whatever they're going to do, they got to do it now. There's, let alone not much light, but even beyond that, there's just not enough time.
Got a lot of work ahead of them.
Now in the tournament, by the way, so no new inning after 2 hours and 5 minutes. We started at 6:13. It is now 8:13.
Yep.
Therefore, they're not going to get through this inning in 5 minutes.
Wouldn't have thought so, no.
No.
Unless it's a really quick 1, 2, 3, but even then, I've got a feeling we'll get over 5 minutes.
Boy, a little note, we've been talking about Cameron Barr and what a great job he's been doing behind the plate. He's actually the Perth Heat, his dad is the Perth Heat's photographer. I did not know that. Yeah. And he's going to be here tomorrow. He started doing the photography a couple years ago for his son, and now he's the guy in baseball, and now he's the guy to go to in WA.
How about that?
Does a lot of work volunteering and just wants baseball to be the story to be told. No ego involved. All love. Bars are a great group of people, I'm told, and it shows in their love for the game.
Yep. Top of the 6th with McKenna up to bat. Takes ball 1 from Palethorpe. Last chance saloon here for Queensland. Swung on and foul.
So a bit going on here too. Palethorpe wants, on 15 pitches, he wants to have an efficient inning here so he can bounce back tomorrow. So they do want to be careful here with this lead that they don't burn him too far. Nice pitch in the outside corner.
Yeah, makes the count 1-2. Leo McKenna has walked twice and grounded out.
Just missed it. Off the end of the bat, really.
scored one of Queensland's 2 runs in the first inning. Scored on Lachlan Pawsey's RBI triple. He was then driven in by Colby Ryerson the next at bat. Kenner, did he go around? Yep. And that's the first out of this inning for WA.
Here's a funny story. So we're talking about the Barr family doing photography for the love of the game. Well, Genevieve Beacom, the first woman to play for an ABL team when she faced off in the COVID season, faced off for the Aces against South Australia. The great female player who playing college ball over in the United States. Well, her father from the Sandringham Baseball Club, Brendan Beacom, has gone on to do a lot of photography here in Victoria, including for the Aces.
Oh, there you
so
go.
another parent-child love of the game photography story.
That's hit well towards centre field, but straight at Golding. And Scotland is retired. 2 outs in the inning.
And if memory serves, and somebody will correct me if I'm wrong, I think Genevieve may have played under 18s for the Victoria, and I should know that, and I don't. But she's definitely played at men's high level as well, Division 1.
Mound visit here for WA. Dare I say, maybe even a tactical one with the time being 8:17. This inning's gone pretty quickly. We're 1 minute away.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Lachlan Pawsey up to the plate.
But bear in mind, WA will still have to bat anyway. So
yeah, it's true. He does represent the last chance for Queensland. Takes it inside. No pitch. He's down low.
Actually, I believe the Ausport van is out at one of the other venues. I think at Preston you see Genevieve Beacom's full body picture decaled on the side of that van. Thanks to Ausport for their support. And Ausport was originally supposed to be here, but in the end, Dugout Mafia has gotten involved as well.
Yep.
They're a lovely sponsor, so thanks for making a long-distance drive to be here to help support the event, so we can have some of that.
It's grounded up the middle by Pawsey. 3rd hit for him, and he's now just one home run away from the cycle. Don't think he'll get a chance. But stranger things have happened.
Indeed.
Palethorpe up to 25 pitches. 2 outs. Runner on.
We're seeing some of the lights come on up on the hills there and some of these houses overlooking down.
Yeah.
It's actually a good spot if you're a baseball fan and you're tuned into Baseball Plus. It's kind of like being in one of those houses across the street from Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
Or one of the apartment buildings behind Petco Park in San Diego.
Yep.
Always loved it here. My brother Scott actually came over from the States and played at Essendon many years ago, the late 90s.
Man, they've been fantastic hosts for us. Approaching the halfway mark of the tournament. Plenty more action to come here at Essendon and all venues, and it can all be seen live on Baseball Plus, and of course follow along on Game Changer too. 1-1 the count on Ryerson. He misses.
And we do have to thank the gang at Spacequake Sports who actually bring the Baseball Plus broadcast to you. They've really done a great job, and I think you can see that at home. It really makes a difference when you have people who understand how to translate a baseball game. You're seeing that the cameras are there, the right angle, the right time to see where the ball is, to see the play.
That's roped into left, stays fair. Pawsey will round 3rd. Ryerson's going to get to 2nd. And Pawsey scores. So Queensland's first run since the top of the 1st inning makes it a 4-run deficit. with 2 outs, top of the 6th.
And so if you are out there to have a state event or, national, obviously we know it at the national level, Spake is, you actually need somebody who's practiced and trained and well-versed in how to present a baseball game to you on camera. It's a big difference when you find one who doesn't.
And I might just stop you there, Rob, because I can see the head of Jared, our producer, growing by the second. He won't be able to get out of here if you keep going. So...
And I'm actually not saying it to butter you up. I'm actually saying it to say I've seen broadcasts where you don't know what happened until they give you the right camera angle on the replay. And that can be terribly frustrating when it persists throughout a ball game. And exactly the opposite here with Spacequake.
So a pitching change for WA, Cooper Barber.
And this gets back to keeping that pitch count. You wanted an efficient inning.
Yeah, and it was all going to plan, having retired the first 2 batters, but Pawsey and Ryerson, back-to-back hits, have had something to say about that. So Cooper Barber, who started the game as the 3rd baseman, has gone 1 for 3 with a double. Came around to score on Tom Williams' double that came right after his double. Hopefully you followed that.
Well, we're not quite done yet, are we?
Well, they've narrowed it down to a 4-run lead, a 4-run deficit, and they've got a runner on second in Colby Ryerson with Alonzo Griffin, who we know can hit the ball hard up. Hasn't quite been his game so far.
No.
0 for 2, 2 strikeouts. Did draw a walk in the first inning, did Griffin. But if he gets a hold of one,
yeah, big
it
boy.
can and will go a long way. So Palethorpe ended up with 29 pitches, it would appear.
And got him out just in time.
Yep, right under that threshold.
He'll be back tomorrow if they need him. He did a nice job.
First pitch from Barber to Griffin. Swung on and missed. He does get some speed on his swing, doesn't he? David
I wonder if this
Bethke.
is a question. I wonder what the question being asked here is. My gut feeling, because I was thinking it just before he came out, was it's getting a bit dark out there. Should the lights be on? And I know, you're thinking 2 outs in the game, let's just get the thing over with. But at the end of the day, it is getting a bit dark.
Yep.
And generally speaking, you like to turn the lights on between innings and not during an inning. Sorry, this is going to be the Statler brothers up in the balcony being critical, but perhaps they should have come on before this inning started, potentially.
And the conversation's still going. Of course, you can also call it the Peanut Gallery here in Australia.
Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, I think we're getting these obscure references from the 80s, The Muppet Show and Caddyshack. And anyway, yeah. You know where we're coming from. I'm sorry, I shouldn't tar you with the same brush, Michael.
No, lump me in, I don't mind.
Yeah. Actually, lump me in. I shouldn't say tar me with the same brush, because that's probably incorrect to say anymore. It is an expression, but you're right. I shouldn't lump you in with that.
It's just nice to feel like I belong somewhere. No. Is Barber and Griffin able to fight that one off? It will get down in front of Gordon, but they'll get the out. And
not as easy as it looked, actually.
Yeah, that's the win for WA.
It was just one of those hops that you just feel, we talked about having the rhythm on a hop, and it just looked like it could be a funny hop that might just have gone sideways on him. But in the end, Gordon did a nice job to keep it in front of him and to end the game. Nice win for WA.
Yeah, they take it 7-3 after winning their first 2 games of the tournament. So that now has them at 3-0, and they're looking very good to head to finals. Queensland now find themselves 1-2. They're going to have to do some work to try and get themselves in top 4 contention. But for now, WA takes the win 7-3. Some of the standout performances. I know we really liked, well, Harrison Wooden, 2 for 3 with 2 RBI on the day. Cooper Barr, 1 for 3. Of course, Aita Samakawa, the lead-off home run, which was a thing of beauty going to the opposite field. Cooper Barr went 1 for 3 with an RBI. Lockie Golding, 1 for 2, but made some unbelievable plays in center field. And Cooper Barber also 1 for 3 and closed it out on the mound as well.
Yes. And really, how about those 2 back-to-back doubles that hopped over
Yep.
the fence? Barber's looked like it was out, and then Williams wasn't too far off.
Yep.
Also bouncing off the fence.
Dylan Bandy, the starting pitcher, went 2 2/3, allowed 2 earned runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, but struck out 4. Declan McDonnell pitched 1 1/3 of scoreless ball, 2 walks, 2 Ks, 1 hit. Palethorpe 1 2/3, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and of course Barber closing things out with the final out of the game. From a Queensland perspective, before we wrap things up, Lachlan Pawsey, 3 for 4, had an RBI, was just a home run short of the cycle. Ryerson went 2 for 3 with 2 RBI. They're the ones who drove in the runs for Queensland. McLaughlin pitched pretty well, 1.2 innings pitched. It was a little bit wild though, allowing 4 walks and 4 earned runs. But in the end, a 3-0 start to WA in this under-18 AYC.
Yeah. By the way, if I might point out, you did some fantastic defensive, well, with a diving catch by Golding.
Yep. Yes.
Fantastic. And Cameron Barr behind the plate, just really hats off to him. And Samakarwa as well just showed a lot of poise, not just making good plays, but a lot of poise and presence and understanding of what to do in the field. And that's not all of it even, but some outstanding defense today. And Queensland played a bit cleaner than they did in the earlier game too, just up against a tougher opposition.
Absolutely. So that'll just about wrap things up for us here at Essendon Baseball Club. Thank you very much for your company, and on behalf of Rob Novotny and our fantastic crew behind the scenes at Spacequake, I want to say thank you very much for your company on Baseball Plus. For now, Michael Peppicelli signing off from Essendon Baseball Club, where WA defeated Queensland 7-3.